Storms have always been part of nature, but sometimes they're part of a plan. Because when the rain pours, the lights go out, and that's when some people strike. These three killers didn't just act during storms, they waited for them. And if you think the first case is chilling, wait until you hear the last one. You might never look at a thunderstorm the same way again. It happened in Gulfport, Florida, a quiet street, a calm community, the kind of place where everyone knew everyone, and everyone trusted George Lewis. He was a firefighter, respected, reliable, the kind of man you'd call when your house was burning or when a storm was coming. Karen Gregory had just moved in with her boyfriend. She was 36, bright, independent. On the night of May 23, 1984, the skies opened up. Thunder rolled across the neighborhood. It was pouring when Karen was left home alone. Her boyfriend was away. When he returned the next morning, something felt wrong. The front door was unlocked. The lights were still on. Karen wasn't there. He searched the house. In the basement, where the storm water had begun to seep in, he found her. Karen's body, bruised, lifeless. At first, it looked like an accident. The rain had flooded the basement. Maybe she had slipped. But something didn't add up. There were faint bruises, marks on her neck, and beneath her fingernails was someone else's skin. The police questioned neighbors. George Lewis, living just across the street, offered his help. In fact, he'd been one of the first on the scene. He'd even entered the house that morning. But one detail would betray him. On the concrete floor, barely visible in the mud left by the stormwater, was a shoe print, and it matched a pair of Reeboks, the exact pair George had worn. DNA confirmed it. He had attacked her, likely at night, likely during the storm. He thought the rain would wash everything away, but the storm didn't cleanse him. It exposed him. He was convicted. A firefighter who waited for the thunder to cover his footsteps. The second case doesn't have closure. No confession, no body, no justice, only a girl and a car left running in the rain. Phoenix Colden was 23rd bright, musical, loved by everyone who knew her. On December 18, 2011, in St. Louis, Missouri, it was raining. Not heavy, but steady. At 3 p.m., she left her driveway in her black Chevy Blazer. She didn't say where she was going. Her parents assumed she'd be back soon. She never came back. Hours later, her car was found, abandoned, still running. Driver's side door open, keys in the ignition, engine humming in the drizzle. The location? A crime-ridden neighborhood 25 minutes away. But here's what made investigators shiver. There were no signs of struggle. No blood, no purse, no phone, no camera footage. The few cameras nearby were blurred by rain. The night swallowed Phoenix Colden. And that storm, it might have taken the evidence with it. Years passed. Theories swirled. Some say she ran away. Others believe she was taken. But the timeline was always the same. She vanished during the rain. Did someone wait for the weather to mask their move? Was it random or deliberate? We don't know. But we do know this. Storms don't just flood streets, they erase footprints. And Phoenix Colden's trail was gone before anyone could follow it. This last story is not for the faint of heart. It's New Orleans, 2005. Just weeks after Hurricane Katrina tore the city apart. The French Quarter is half abandoned. The power grid is down. Gas lines leak into flooded alleys. And amid the chaos, Zach and Addie are in love. They'd met before the storm, free spirits, living fast, riding the edge. When Katrina hit, they stayed behind. They survived by candlelight, cooked on rooftops. Reporters found them photogenic, called them the beautiful couple who defied the storm. But the storm inside them was just beginning. After the floodwaters receded, things changed. Zach began to spiral into paranoia, jealousy, rage. In October 2006, a year after Katrina, he walked into the Omni Royal Hotel, took the elevator to the rooftop bar, ordered a drink, and then jumped. He left a note. It led police to an apartment, a small unit above a voodoo temple on Rampart Street. When officers entered, the power was still out. The air was thick. A pot was on the stove, still warm. They opened the fridge. Inside, they found Addie Hall. Her remains had been stored, neatly, alongside beer and lunch meat. Zach had left pages of handwritten notes. He detailed everything, how they argued, how he strangled her, how he dismembered the body, and how he spent weeks living alongside her remains, cooking, drinking, spiraling. But here's what makes this story fit today's theme. He chose his moment. Right after Katrina, when the city was distracted. No one checking missing persons, no electricity to reveal the smell, no neighbors, no questions. He waited for the storm. And in its aftermath, he thought no one would notice. But someone did, eventually. Storms don't just bring wind and water, they bring silence, shadows, opportunities, and for some that's all they need. 3 killers, 3 storms, 3 chances to disappear behind the rain. Some planned their moment, some vanished into it, and one, he danced in the aftermath. If you made it this far, you now understand why we said the last story would haunt you the most. Stay safe. And next time it rains, lock your doors.